Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm UncleLander. This is Gran Turismo 2 GT mode playthrough. On the last episode, which was the longest episode of this playthrough, we have went through every single manufacturer event on the East City. On today's episode, we're gonna go through every single manufacturer event on the Northern City. So, without further ado, let's go with the Volkswagen. And the first event is Golf Cup. So let's pick up our Golf. There we go. And I picked up the Golf V6. Every single car that's gonna be driven during the North City events are already modified. And the Golf V6 currently has 349 brake horsepower and 1142 kilograms of weight. The only thing that I haven't bought yet from this car is a racing modification. Alright, going for the event. Golf Cup it is. It's gonna be 4 of total races in the North City. Starting with the normal style for my little Golf. And it is super speedway, which means we are not even gonna be remotely able to test the actual abilities of this car on this track, which is pretty sad because I really wanted to, you know, set it up. Oh wait, it's stabilized, it's gonna be 6 and 5. I wanted to test this car like vanilla, I mean without the racing modification, to see how it's gonna grip. In the meantime, game is like, no. Alright, let's go for the race. It's gonna be a short one too, because it's only gonna be like 2 laps. A pretty decent turbo. Already reaching the 5th gear, which I believe to be a final gear in this model of the car, and it is. With a maximum speed of 257 most likely. Time 46 seconds. Entering the 2nd lap. And I think I can already say that this car understeers quite a bit, so downforce is definitely gonna help it, but I'm gonna have to adjust that bound, rebound, camber, and toe. Just like that, the normal style has been finished. Also picking up a good racing modification for this car and going for the racing style. I think I should actually move my chair a little bit like that. Yeah, I just noticed that me as a person, I'm not in the middle of a shot when it comes to the webcam. Well, better to notice those things late than never, I suppose. Or it's maybe because it's my webcam that has been like, hold on. Live webcam adjustments only on UncleLander's channel, which, by the way, this episode, like every single other episodes of my Gran Turismo playthrough, is being recorded live on Twitch, twitch.tv/UncleLander, so come in, say hi, it's nice. And I'm playing a variety of video games. Well, what do we have? We got dark, we got another dark, we got green dark, we got actual red, we got darker dark, and we also have another dark. Honestly, out of all these colors, I think I'm gonna pick up the dark green. As long as it's not gonna be a dark track, we should be good to go. Alright, I remember what kind of modifications I want to put onto this car, like calibration-wise, so let's go. And this one's a midfield raceway. So 3 over here, 1.5 on the back, -5, +5. Stabilizer is good. Maximum downforce. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything else with this car. Well, maybe besides extending the auto gear setup from 9 to 11, and that should be good enough for this car. Our midfield raceway. Now let's see if it's gonna be a reverse track or is it gonna be the default track. And I can already see that is the reversed one. I can definitely say the car is driving at least a little bit better. The additional downforce definitely helps it. Matter of fact, now that I look at this car, I'm starting to think that putting the gears on 11 on this car was a little bit too much. Putting this on 10 would be just good enough. 11 is a little bit too wide. But I'm not even sure if I'm ever gonna drive this car ever again, so yeah. And we are done with the first race for the Volkswagen. Now we're gonna go and do the second race, which is for New Beetle. But first, let's get the reward. For the manufacturer races, you don't get any other rewards besides the money, and you can repeat those races over and over and over again too. New Beetle GLS 2.0L with 370 brake horsepower and 1117 kilograms of weight. The same kind of drive, front wheel, front engine. New Beetle Challenge. Normal style first. What kind of track? Laguna Seca. 135 is a drive height, should be good enough. Or an 8 as per usual. 2-0 can stay over here. 6 and 5 because it's a front wheel. 22 and 20 because it's a front wheel drive. Definitely different gearbox. I'm gonna sit up at 10. Learn the lessons from the Golf a little bit. Even though this car is way more powerful, I think putting up on 10 is gonna be just fine. Alright, Laguna Seca, let's see if we're gonna get the reverse or the regular track. I kinda want to drive on the reverse Laguna Seca, I'm not gonna lie. It's a regular one. We got 2 silvers, 2 yellows, 1 purple, and 1 green. Can already say that this car has a pretty reasonable turbo. And I'm dare to say it also drives pretty reasonably so far. Oh yeah, it drives actually pretty damn reasonably. Don't really feel like adjusting anything. And Laguna Seca is a very good track to test the overall stability of the car and how it takes the corners. And how it takes the bumps too. So I think just getting the racing modification would be good enough for this car. Alright, now to the final lap of the race. But just judging by the looks, if I could be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the new Beetle. The old Beetle has its charm, and the new Beetle just doesn't look that good. It looks like a freaking obese turtle. I don't like this car. The old one is just so much cuter, and I have highly regrets that the classic Beetle does not show up in the Gran Turismo 2. And as a matter of fact, I wish that maybe, I mean, there are mods that are being made and released for Gran Turismo 2, so maybe we can see the classic Beetle with one of those mods. I mean, who knows? Only time will tell. Can tell and will tell. Alright, let's apply the racing modification on the Beetle. Let's see what kind of color schemes we have available, if we have them available. And we do, and it's actually much more color to pick in comparison to Volkswagen Golf. And our car was silver, so we're gonna pick up also the silver racing modification, I think. Though I really like this yellow. I might pick up the yellow, just saying. Honestly, let's pick up the yellow. For some reason, this car in yellow with the blue signs and vinyls are just working perfectly fine. Yeah, picking up the yellow. Alright, new Beetle. Fully built. We just need to adjust the downforce. And we're gonna be good. Racing style, let's go. 7K to win. At the Grand Valley Speedway. Oh, that's gonna be a long one. At this point, I'm willing to push the gears by 1 forward, and that's it. Alright, let's go. 2 laps at the Grand Valley Speedway. Let's check if it's gonna be normal or reverse track. It's normal, which is not bad. So we got 1 white, 1 purple, 1 I will consider dark, 2 brighter yellows, and 1 pale yellow Volkswagen. It's not gonna change anything, considering I'm already at the first place. A little bit of understeering here and there, but sticks to the ground. If I would like to add like 2 cars to the Volkswagen, would be the first Golf GTI and the Beetle, the original Beetle, not this one. I mean, I would add this one, but I would also I would keep this one, but I would add the original Beetle. It's just such a memorable car, and so cute as well. Alright, almost 2 minutes on this lap. And now I kind of regret putting this car on 11, I should stick it on 10. Because we just had a very long straight, the car barely even it didn't even reach the red scale. I always try to set up my gearbox in accordance to the longest straight on the track. At least when it comes to automatic settings. Also, this car just now on the first lap reached a much faster time than my Venturi Atlantic 400 GT. During the endurance. Venturi Atlantic that had over 400 brake horsepower and middle engine rear drive. So to me, it's a little bit shocking that this fully customized Beetle could perform such a, it could do such a much, it could just perform so freaking well, considering, well, considering everything. But I guess the additional downforce definitely helps. And just like that, we have wrapped up the Volkswagen manufacturer races. Let's move on to another manufacturer, which I believe TVR is next on the list. And we also have reached day 200. Yeah, we got the TVR next on the list. Up above on the north, it's Lister Storm. But that does not have any manufacturer events. So I'm going for TVR Tuscan Speed 6, which is required, and you can win it from Open Cup. From Open Car Cup. Currently, this car has 551 brake horsepower and 975 kilograms of weight. And knowing the TVR, this car is a freaking boat. So we need to be prepared for quite a lot of either oversteering or lots of understeering. Tuscan Speed Cup, normal style, let's go. I'm midfield raceway, so it's not gonna be that bad. I'm hoping for the good, expecting the worst, so I might be surprised by the best. Actually, let's go 115. I think 115 is gonna be good enough. And I'm already putting this car in 3 and 8. Camber on the rear to 1.5. -5 toe, 5 and 6 over here. Brakes 2022. Gearbox might be alright. 5 initial. 5 axle. 30 decel. I'm not playing with the TVRs anymore. Active stability on the 50. And traction control at 25. Yeah, I basically don't trust. I don't trust the TVRs. I don't trust them. All right, let's go. Let's see if that setting even helped. Like at this point, if this car is gonna start drifting, yeah, the only thing it's gonna be ever able to help it is additional downforce. And it's a reverse midfield raceway. Could it be that this car actually drives reasonably well? Could it be one of those TVR cars that are not actual boats and they want to cooperate? Yeah, it's still oversteers. Sorry, it's still understeers. That's what I wanted to say. Turn, you piece of shit. Like, this car is not gonna turn unless you force it to turn. It understeers very badly, so adjusting the toe is not gonna do this car any favors whatsoever. Well, it still drives better than TVR Cerberus, though. Not as good as TVR Griffith, though. Regrettably. But I think every single other adjustment was it's perfectly justified. Alright, we got the first race out of the way. If I could adjust this car, I would definitely, hard to say. Eliminating the toe might make this car understeer even more than it already does. I guess the only fix for this car right now would be additional downforce, and that's it. Sadly. Because I'm really afraid of like adjusting this car even more. Maybe bound and rebound, that would be safe. Or at least I believe so. And racing modifications have what I would say to be probably one of the not really the best looking liveries you can get in the game. I'm gonna pick the silver with the blue. Alright, let's go for the racing style. We're gonna get 10,000 credits for this. And this one is on the Red Rock Valley, so don't think I need to adjust anything. The spring rate is good. Yeah, it's that type of a car that no matter what I would do, it's probably not gonna drive any better, so I'm just gonna drive with what I got. Well, I can only say that we got 2 silvers, 2 darker greens, 1 bright one, white one, and 1 yellow. Now the question is, does the downforce help this car? It kinda does. It kinda does. The car definitely wants to stick more to the track, more than anything else. So pretty much with TVR's racing modification seems to be like a must-have. But it still understeers like crazy. Even with this setting, I do truly believe that this car could compete with during the GT All-Stars race. I can see this car during that race with the settings that I have applied, all things considered. Yeah, I think it would be a pretty reasonable win with over 500 brake horsepower and less than a ton of weight. The lap of the first time was 1 minute 15, so it is not really promising, to say the least. Alright, we got a TVR Tuscan Challenge complete. Let's see what is the next manufacturer on the list. And let's see what kind of races we're gonna win. Okay, so we got TVR. The next one on the list seems to be Lotus, with the Lotus Elan and Lotus Elise. Let's check which race is first. Elise Trophy. Okay, so we're getting that Lotus Elise now. With 263 brake horsepower and 616 kilograms of weight. And at least it's gonna require a little bit of adjusting. It depends on the track, because quite honestly, this Lotus is gonna perform pretty damn well as long as it's not Trail Mountain. Oh, I know it's gonna... If it's gonna be Trail Mountain, this car is just gonna bounce up and down. Anyway, Elise Trophy, normal style. And we got Seattle Short Circuit, which is not bad, because it's 4.5. Let's set up this car to 9.0. Suspension is gonna be at 120 at the back and front. 3 and 8, I think that's a fair assessment. 1.5 on the back. Yes. 0.5 and 0.5 over here. 20 and 22. Gearbox can actually stay at 10. That doesn't bother me. Initial acceleration of 5. But the diesel is gonna go on 30. And active stability, we're gonna put it on 30 as well. Because 30 is good enough for the active stability controller for this car to simply drive, well, reasonably normally. But the only way to figure that one out is by driving in Seattle Short Circuit. This is gonna happen right now. Doesn't overreps and doesn't oversteer, which is good. Which is very good. So far, so good. The car behaves very well. It doesn't want to drift though. It also might feel like the gearbox on 10 might be a little bit too much for this car, but quite honestly it depends on the track. Might set up this gearbox to 9 and 8. This 10 seems to be a little bit too much. But besides that, the car just sticks to the road brilliantly. It might be that this car just kind of refuses to drift because of the active stability control. I learned that lesson from the Lotus Elise 111S. But then again, my goal when it comes to modifying the Lotus Elise or any Lotus is to bring as much stability to it as it is possible. The more, the merrier. Also, we have noticed that we had the Lotus Motorsport Elise, which is the strongest one. The problem is, it cannot have applied a racing modification on it. So, this is why I picked the Lotus 190. Alright, let's put on... Let's see what kind of colors we have. like a livery, just straight up white, black, yellow, dark green, and dark blue. No, we don't have the silver, so I think I'm gonna tempt myself and get the dark green, almost looking like a British racing green coloring for the Lotus Elise, and I think I'm gonna pick it up. There we go. Racing modification has been carried out. Now that we're gonna apply the maximum downforce of this car is gonna stick to the road even more. And this one is a grind bolt, which it is, again, a very good test for this car, and thanks to this, we can also lower the gears from 10 to 8. 47, 51, there we go. 47, 6, 76, my apologies. Alright, let's go for the race. And it's a reverse grind bolt too. Yep. Reverse grind balls and AI loving to kiss that wall over there. This car is so agile. Yeah, I was right with putting this car configuration gears to 8. It doesn't need much more. Alright, the race has been finished, though I'm still gonna keep my opinion about the Lotus Elise 190. It could use that second stage turbo. Because the first stage of turbo, sure, it brings up the power, but in the very end, you're not really gonna feel that change in that power when the turbo gauge is almost pretty much 90% of the time on the bottom on the bottom over there. It's just not gonna bring that much of an efficiency to it. Alright, so we got Lotus Elise, the next one is Lotus Elan. And as a car, I have decided to pick the Lotus Elan S Sport Sprint from 1971 with 210 brake horsepower and 638 kilograms of weight. And this is also gonna be a race which is gonna require, not require, but it's gonna have a normal style and a racing style of a car. So let's see where the Ellen Trophy is gonna take us on the normal style. High speed ring, you say? Okay. Let's put it 7-0, 125 height, 4 and 8. Over here, it's a FR car, so I don't really know how this car is gonna behave. I guess it's only one way to find out. Set up the gearing to 7, I guess should be good enough. I went for the traction and stability controller, but I might need to disable it for it. And I think I will. Hey Sally, hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm gonna disable the traction control because this car is not MR, it's an FR. Let's see how this car is gonna behave with the current settings as it is. If it's gonna oversteer way too much, then I'm gonna bring back the previous settings, but we'll see. Because this car is an FR, so it's a front engine rear drive. It's a reverse high-speed ring too. And already losing the competition on the first straight. Doesn't drive half bad. Some would say an oldie but a goodie. But I definitely need to increase the gearing on this car. Maybe it understeers a little bit. But nothing that adjusting the camber and toe cannot fix. Yeah, it's definitely a perfectly drivable car. Hello Gran Turismo, okay, hope you're doing well, welcome to the channel. I'm doing pretty good, hope you're doing well. It is Wednesday, yeah, it is Wednesday. So hope you're gonna enjoy it. Yeah, we definitely need to extend the gears on this car. By at least like 2 or 3 numbers, because for 210 brake horsepower, this car can squeeze even more speed. It's a fun little thing. Maybe I should use this as a reminder that I'm recording this episode like every single of my other episodes of Gran Turismo 2 on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/UncleLander. Come in and say hi. It's nice. And we play a variety of video games as well. I did not expect this car to be this good. But we got the first race out of our way. I know what I need to adjust, I know what I need to buy. The second race, which is going to require us to buy the racing modification. The downforce is definitely gonna make this car drive better. It just works. It's not really a Bethesda game. Kinda difficult to, it's kind of hard to compare it. Anyway, yeah, let's buy the racing modification. And what do we have? What kind of color schemes do we get? We got yellow with the British green, which I might pick up in the end. The silver, the red is actually doesn't look half bad. The black one looks pretty good, but I think I already made my mind. I'm gonna get that British green with the yellow livery going through the middle. And that is it. I don't think this car is gonna require the active stability. I think I have spent 100,000 on this car for no really good reason. Oh well, lesson learned. You live, you learn. There's not much else to be said about that. Rome Circuit full course. Okay, so I'm gonna bring that 1.5 over here. Bring this to this. I'm willing to increase the gears on this car by 2 and increase the maximum downforce by this much. Yeah, it doesn't need a decel. It's good. I think this car is gonna drive very good right now. With those small adjustments, the Lotus Elan should perform like a dream. Like a dream. Though I'm not gonna lie, now that I look at the Lotus Elan from 64, I think it looks better. With the racing livery on it, with the racing modification, it might just be looking a little bit better in my eyes. I'm starting to see that this car could use even more adjustments towards the gearing. Like, this car just doesn't have enough. It just wants more and more and more. Like, look at this. This car only has 210 brake horsepower, by the way. But it's already at the 5th gear and it's almost reaching the rev limiter. This car just asks for more and more and more all the time, and goddamn. Lotus Elan. What a car. What a car. I guess setting it up to 11 would not be a sin. And it grips. Before, the version from 1964 would be actually much faster. It's a very good car. I'm almost willing to call it that this would be a better car than the Lotus 190 or 111S after all the modifications. I mean, it just consumes the corners, it just goes, and it always asks for more. Like, it's a brilliant car. Absolutely freaking brilliant. But the S4 from 1964, it looks much better. Looks, it's always gonna be the 64 version of this car, but performance, I'm willing to say that it's this one for now. Alright, so we have managed to finish the Lotus manufacturer races. Let's see who's next. I think the next manufacturer is gonna be the MG Mini. because Jaguar does not have anything. Yeah, it's M Mini and an MG with 2 cars, and it's gonna be the first one. I think it's a Mini Cooper. Yeah, it's a mini challenge, so let's go directly for that car. There's gonna be 4 races, 2 normal style and 2 racing style races. And we got the Mini 1.3 with 142 brake horsepower and 662 kilograms of weight. With a almond green. It only lacks a dark hood at the front, and we're gonna have ourselves a perfect replica of a Mr. Bean's car. Instead of Mr. Beast, everybody screams, Mr. Bean! Funny joke, haha, hee hee hoo hoo. I'm heel or weak. Remember to tip the waitress. Okay, normal style, let's go. And it's an auto ring, quite a fitting track for this car. I think setting up to 6.0 would be good enough. Suspension 95 is good. 4 and 8. Camber can stay. Toe, kinda I'm afraid of adjusting it because it's a front wheel drive car. 6 and 5 on stabilizers. 22 and 20 on the brakes because it's front wheel drive. I'm gonna set up this car to have auto setup at 6 and 5 on LSD. It's not a drag, it's a limited slip differential. Right, let's start the race. Let's see if it's gonna be a normal track or reverse track. Hey, look at that. We got somebody who has a refined taste just like I do. And this little car not only has its displacement increased, but it also has a turbo on it. Which this level of turbo is such a slight car, it's actually pretty damn good. But gearing might leave a little bit to be desired. It's probably a little bit too wide of a gearing for this little thing. Might drop it from 6 to 4. But it also depends on the track, because some of the tracks have very long straights, so shortening the gears might actually bring a opposite effect to what I actually want to what I want to see, the brain fart. It strikes here right now. But I think besides that, the car sticks to the road pretty well. The only understanding that I can witness is caused not by settings, but by my derpiness, and also by the fact that this car weighs nothing, so it has pretty much no downforce at all. And yes, this car has way too wide gearing. I could shorten it by 2 from 6 to 4, and I think it would be a perfect amount of gearing for this peculiar car. Also, hello, Under. Hope you're doing well. I think I forgot to say hello to you today, which it makes me feel guilty. Okay, I stopped feeling guilty. Kappa. Just joking around. I hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well this Wednesday. It's cool. You haven't said anything, just pop the Todd machine. Well, we definitely gonna get some Todd machining soon, TM. Because I kinda wish I could... I'm still thinking, because we're gonna do the Halloween Marathon, and I'm still thinking about The Evil Within. which is a game that got published by Bethesda, but it definitely has all the charms of Bethesda. Let me put it like this. Alright, we got the Autumn Ring finished, the first race on the Autumn Ring. And we got 3,000 credits for this. So let's continue on. We need to put this car in the racing style. But I think this car drives pretty well. We just need to shorten the gears a little bit, and after we're gonna get the racing modification, just gonna put the downforce to the max because reasons. Okay, let's see what kind of modifications we have. We got silver, we got black, we got red, which actually this red looks pretty damn good, all things considered. We have bright red, we have an orange, we have yellow, we have bright green, which is the one that we were using. We have dark green, and we also got what seems to be purple-ish, indigo maybe. I think I'm gonna pick up the darker red, almost bronze with the white livery on it, because I think it looks the best. There we go. Alright, I didn't want to exit. Let's go for the event, mini challenge, and the racing style. Let's see what kind of track we're gonna get first, because it's gonna track with the long straight, and there's really no club on stage 5. Yeah, we're gonna shorten the gears. We're gonna put it on 4, no problem. Right, maximum downforce has been established, the gears has been adjusted, let's go for the race. And it is a reversed version of a Clubman Stage R5. And just blast through the first corner like it's nobody's business. And gentlemen, this is a little engine that definitely can. And still, even though I shortened the gears, it seems like this car has like very wide gearing. Oh yeah, that was my fault, definitely. I could take this corner from... if I wanted to take this corner like on the full speed, I should start going from the left very close to the barrier and then attack to the inside, and maybe I would fit inside, but kind of screwed it up a little bit. The other min is actually sticking with me. They're relatively close by, all things considered. What a great car. You cannot hate on this cutie. You just can't. It is impossible to hate on a Mini Cooper, especially the classic one. Which I believe, even if I would like to get one, it's almost impossible to get it. Like one thing finding one, second one importing it from the UK. And then the maintenance and finding a spare parts. But then again, this car's pretty old, so probably you could just use a bubble gum with like old hose and it would run. Anyway, the next car from the MG is MGF Challenge. Oh boy, the car that has a beautiful front and awful back. MGF 18i VVC with 244 brake horsepower and 1021 kilograms of weight. Like, don't get me wrong, I really like the shape of the car, but it's the... I think what bothers me the most about this car is the rear and the rear lamps. They're just... They're just horribly looking. No. They cannot leave my head. Okay, normal style first. It's an MR car, so I kinda already suspect what kind of settings I'm gonna have to apply. And it is one of the longer tracks, because it's a Rome night. We finally have an opportunity to drive in the Rome night. Finally, RNG have decided to give us the Rome have finally decided to give us sorry, not the Rome, but the game have decided to give us a track that we have never driven before on an actual race. Let's try 7. Yes, and because it's an MR, the decel is gonna be already on 20, like right off the bat. Alright, let's see. Let's see how this car drives. Maybe it's gonna need some more adjustments, maybe not. Maybe just adding the racing modification on this car is gonna be just good enough. And from what can I see, this is going to be a reverse Rum at Night as well. Which I was already telling that I almost never have driven in the Rum Night. Rum Night in the reverse, it's even more rare, so it's like... So it's like first time experience, almost. And look at that, beautiful front, disgusting back. Beautiful front, disgusting back. Overall, drives pretty good. The car is responsive. Never mind, it's not responsive. It actually understeers quite badly, so I already know what kind of settings we're gonna apply. Might need to definitely gonna adjust the toe at the back. The increased downforce from racing modification is definitely gonna help it stick to the road a little bit better. But this car just... it really runs away. If you keep it for too long in a corner, because Rum Night has a section in which you can just keep on turning, just driving. If you keep it for too long, it's just not good for it. At a certain point, car just loses all its grip. So I think it's not as much as rear that needs an adjustment, but it's a front. But it also might be just low downforce that's doing all that damage. Well, doing all the damage, I mean, causing me all the trouble. There goes 5K. And now let's go... Let's take a look what kind of racing modifications, what kind of livery we have available for this car. Okay. Technically speaking, no matter what kind of livery I'm gonna put in this car, it's not gonna change the fact that the rear of it looks just bad. I'm gonna pick the silver one. Racing style, let's go. On the last race, the setting up the gearbox to 7 was good enough. What kind of track are we gonna get? Oh, super speedway. Oh boy. Well, we are not gonna test the agility of this car properly because the game have decided to give us a track in which we basically turn the entire event into a NASCAR race, a very short NASCAR race, but it is what it is. Can't complain, it's all just an RNG. At least the one thing I can really say is that adjusting those settings definitely have helped this car. And the car's gearing is also set up perfectly well. Kinda would love to test this car on an actual track in which there are definitely right turns present. Right, and with that, we have finished every single race on for the Mini AMG. Let's see who's next on the list. So we got Mini. The next one on the list is gonna be Audi, and if I recall correctly, the Audi has the TT Racing. So let's bring up the Audi TT. TT 1.8 T Quattro, all the T's. With 397 brake horsepower and 1,241 kilograms of weight with 4-wheel drive.
finishing position.
And oh boy, we got a we got a raid right now. I got raided by Akamatsu. Let me find you over here. There we go. Shout out to you as well. Hello Entrala, hello Aka. How are you guys doing? For everybody who doesn't know me, I'm UncleLander and I'm a variety video game streamer. Currently playing through Gran Turismo 2. The plan is to complete this game with 100%, but we'll see how that's gonna go. Currently doing the manufacturer races in the north city of the game, and right now doing the race with the Audi TT on the Rum Circuit full course, and we are currently gonna set up the car. At least as we're gonna set up this initially. And Intrala, right off the bat with a gifted tier 1 sub to Akamatsu. Intrala, thank you very much for the gifted sub. Aka, enjoy all the glorious emotes that I happen to own. Hope your stream went well. You were playing Final Fantasy 18. Yeah, it's 18 is gonna happen in like 5 years. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed the rest of the stream. I'm watching Akamatsu pretty much every single day. What kind of gearing? 10? Yeah, gearing 10 should be enough. And LSD, the limited slip differential, we're gonna set up all at 5. I'm totally forgetting that I'm driving the four-wheel drive car. Yeah, stream was nice. Just did a lot of questing. Good. That means that the progress has been made. You're definitely in the JoJo universe of the Final Fantasy. The characters and the scenarios that you're having right now in that game are just so weird but funny at the same time. And it's a reverse track of the Rum on the Rum full course. Nice. And even the current setting, the car drives actually pretty damn nicely. I like the Audi DT, but if I had to pick this one or the one that is currently sold, the more modern one, I would pick up the more modern one. It looks so much better. Because quite honestly, this one looks kind of like a bar of soap. Like bar of soap just slipping on the ground. And the new one looks actually more like a car. You guys didn't saw that. But yeah, once again, welcome everybody. Akamatsu, thank you very much for the raid. And I hope that in general you are doing very good today. The brakes are probably leaving a little bit to be desired, I'm not gonna lie about that one. It's either the bar or so it's skill issue, probably skill issue. Yeah, definitely a skill issue. Hey, Lomi. You play one of these, but you can't remember which one? Well, it could be the first one, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, or the seventh. 1 in 7 chance. Gee whiz, Audi TT18 Quattro have won. Gee. Who could have ever expected that? Yeah, there's 7 games in total. And the second and the fourth, I think it's being considered as the best. Because 7 right now goes through a little bit of problems with microtransactions. I would never really want to like attach Gran Turismo series with microtransactions, but I guess. I guess that happened. Alright, let's put a racing modification on this car. Give us the money. I need that donation. Please give me money. No matter which, honestly, the gray one looks like the best. Out of all of these, the gray one looks the best. Because the blue one looks kind of meh. Yellow looks alright. Red doesn't really work. I think I'm gonna go for the yellow. And I think I'm gonna adjust this car because it definitely when it wants to get into the corner, it's gonna get into the corner, but oh. Yeah, it's Trial Mountain Circuit, so at this point I need to adjust this car. 5, yes. Downforce definitely. LSD is good. I guess the spring rate could be adjusted. Yeah, this is the best I can do for this car. Because I think the gearing, I could put it on 11. Hold on, how many gears does this car has? 6. Okay, never mind. Actually put it at 9. Yeah, with the 6 gears I can put it at 9. Yeah, I mean, I would, like I said, I never would suspect it to see Gran Turismo game that actively uses microtransactions. But I guess at this point nothing should surprise me. No, I think not having is not the norm now. Having them is a norm. Kinda, yeah, but it's a sad norm. In my opinion, it's a type of a norm that should never happen. Unless the microtransactions are just for cosmetics, it's fine. But when you put microtransactions on the cars, which is an item that is used to win or make progress in the game, that is when I am gonna say no. No. You crazy Dutch bastard. Yeah, that joke was so cringy with my car hip just automatically wanted to crash into the wall. Like, if behind the microtransaction was just like some kind of a livery that you can use, then yeah, sure, why not? Anyway, this Audi DT, actually after applying all the additional changes, it drives even better. We definitely managed to get rid of that weird understeering that have definitely happened every once in a while. The car really wants to get into the corners now. I'm actually pretty excited about... not really excited, but I'm definitely wondering about the separate ways. Because now they released the gameplay trailer. And it unveils a little bit more about the gameplay, well, in itself. Ada's still gonna use her hookshot. Yeah, according to what I see on the calendar, it apparently should come out tomorrow. It should. But will it? Bum bum bum. Alright, so we got the TT races complete. Let's check another manufacturer. Let's see what kind of car we need to bring to the table. I think the next one is Vauxhall. Yeah, Vauxhall with the Tigra or Tigra. With a Tigra or Tigra 16i with 236 brake horsepower and 949 kilograms of weight. With a nice little green coloring right there. Honestly, I'd rather play the separate ways from RE4 Remake when I'm gonna start Halloween, because the game might get patched once or twice. Alright, normal style for the Tigra Cup. One thing is certain, she's going to make the away. Yeah. Or she's gonna run away. Hey, look at that! It's a track that we driven just a moment ago. Wowee! Let's set up to 7.5. 142 millimeters. Let's try with the 4.8. Camber is alright. Toe, I kinda am afraid to adjust that, but stabilizer is 6 and 5. The brakes is gonna be 22 and 20 because it's a front engine, front drive. The automatic setup, let's put it on 6. Downforce cannot be adjusted, so let's adjust the differential to 5 on everything. Alright, let's go for the race. This time it's a regular version of the track itself. Need to go AFK and log in for a job? Hey, no problem, man. Thanks for, once again, dude, thanks for the raid, thanks for bringing the people along. I hope that the time at the job is gonna be short and painless. This car sounds weird. Not that it sounds bad. It just sounds weird. It sounds like a car that you would normally hear in like children's cartoons. Like it's bubbly inside. Did I just witness understeering on this thing? Or is it just me? It's probably only me. Yes, it's you because you suck. Wah. Anyway, lap number 2, and it seems like the gearbox has been properly adjusted, at least for this track. No, the understeering, I can definitely say that it was my fault. When I will play GT7, well, I don't mean to be rude, but if you buy me a PlayStation 5, I can buy GT7 myself, and then I could make a playthrough of that game, because I do not own PlayStation 5. GT7 is cheeks. Well, the microtransaction issues, yes, it is kind of cheeks. That's I'm willing to agree with that. Also, I heard that its events are rather weird. You know, Sunday Cups for 700 brake horsepower cars. Hardly can call it Sunday. Unless by Sunday you mean just get into the car and drive it right into the freaking wall, because that's the only what Sunday driver would do with that kind of power. Alright, I need to apply the racing modification on this car. Oh. Oh. Well, you could just give us more paint options, you know. Well, that was not very creative. Let me put it like this. Hopefully that by the time that all those videos are gonna get officially released on YouTube, the entire microtransaction debacle is gonna get resolved. I really hope for that. Maybe damper bound rebound. I can always adjust that. Besides that, I'm not gonna touch anything else. Let's go. Also, hello Ram, hope you're doing well. It's a Rome city, and this time it's a regular Rome at night. Oh yeah. That grip, dude. That grip. Just cut that corner. If you're doing a Rome night, cutting that corner is quite crucial. And this is what I get for getting distracted by a chat. Blame chat in the chat. I hope you're a big star in the game. Good luck. Thank you. Appreciate it. But becoming a big star, a big streamer by streaming just Gran Turismo 2, impossible. It is quite highly impossible. Unless you would get 7,000 endorsements from other streamers, but besides that, no, it's impossible. But I appreciate the good wishes either way. And off to the finish line. I'm surely happy that throughout this recording of this entire episode we've managed to get Rome at Night in 2 versions, the regular and the reverse track, which is pretty rare in itself. Alright, so that was the Vauxhall manufacturer. I think the next manufacturer race that we need to scratch off the list is going to be the BMW. And it is. And the race that we need to do is the Series 3 Cup. Already have the car prepared for that, obviously. The BMW 328Ci with 473 brake horsepower and 1,300 kilograms of weight in titanium silver. It's gonna be a single race for the BMW. Kinda hope for it to actually be a longer track just because it's a single race. And it kinda is. It is Red Rock Valley Speedway. So 4 or 5, because it's a quite high-powered car, so we can put 10. 140 millimeters above the ground, 4 and 8. Camber, I actually don't know. I can set up the tow at minus 0.05. 5 and 6 on stabilizers. 2022 on the brake controller. It only has 5 gears, but I think I can set up this car to be at least 10. And LSD, the differential, is gonna be at 5. I'm only gonna drive this car throughout the one race, so I'm not expecting miracles. And turns out this is a reverse version of Red Rock Valley. Very bouncy at the back. For some magical reason. Definitely a little bit more prone to the drifting. But I can't blame this car for that. Yeah, I probably should take more gearing, like at least 12. So right now this car is just already reaching the rev limiter at 281 kilometers an hour. Which, all things considered, it's not really bad. In general, this car does not drive badly. It needs a little bit more adjusting, I think. But besides that, it's for the purpose of just this race alone, it's gonna drive pretty brilliant. And the only thing I would adjust is just the gearbox, make it a little bit longer so we can squeeze like very easy 300 kilometers an hour from this 470 brake horsepower engine. At one point I actually was thinking, hey, if I'm gonna drive this car for longer, I actually put the active stability control if the car is gonna just remain the bouncy at like this at all times. But yeah, other than that, a decent car. Alright, let's see what kind of manufacturer we're gonna have next, because BMW only had one race. BMW, and next on the list, oh, it's Aston Martin. Oh boy. And we have DB7 trophy. That's not what I want to enter, but fine. Let's go and pick up the Aston Martin then. The DB7 Coupe, because you can buy two versions of a DB7. Coupe and Volante. And Coupe is just lighter. My current version of the DB7 has 531 brake horsepower and 1,579 kilograms of weight. It is a tank of a car. And I know for a fact that this car is gonna understeer just because of how heavy it actually is. I don't know. Gran Turismo, the first Gran Turismo, the second Gran Turismo just have no love for this little car. It's not even little, but it doesn't have any love for this car. Right, normal style. Let's go. The race is off. Piss. Okay, well. Of all tracks in the world, the game have decided that it's gonna be a very good idea to give us on a test course. So it's gonna be long gearing all the way. Long gears all the way. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a race that's not gonna be very attractive unless we're gonna drive in the reverse. Which we won't. Hey, Jeremy. Well, it goes pretty good. Can't complain. Hope you're doing well. How is your procedure went? Hope that procedure went very well for you. Face a little sore, but are you good? Glad to hear that. Well, the face is gonna be a little sore. If you're encountering any pain after like any tooth removal, that's normal. That is normal. It's gonna pass though, so don't worry about it. Boy, is this car noisy. Or at least I know that the gearbox has been set up properly. But I think I have set up the suspension properly. I hope that next race is not gonna happen at test course again, though. Because that would be, well, disappointing to say the least. And I'm really happy that we managed to finish this race because I think the only place to race on the test course would be during the Turbo Championship, not during the races like this, because the race just on the test course is just not very interesting, and depending on the car that you're gonna get, it's just a bunch of noise and nothing interesting happening. Alright, let's put a racing modification on this thing, and we're probably gonna adjust the gearbox as well, because hopefully the next race is gonna happen on an actual track that's gonna have more than just one turn to the left. Oh wait, I also totally forgot, the test course does not have a reverse version, because that would be redundant. Okay, so we got the silver version or the green version. I think I'm gonna go for the green version of the car. The green with the little bit of yellow at the front. Aston Martin racing style. Let's go. Oh. Yeah, now we have a track that has way too many corners. Like I said, this game hates Aston Martin. It just hates this car. It's just like, now we're getting the Autumn Ring, which is a super small track. You could basically drive go-karts on this thing. Yeah, kind of over-rich on the track, that's true. That is very true. First track, no corners at all. Second track, all the corners in the world. And almost zero straights. And this car still... Now I can see that this car actually oversteers. This game gives no love to the poor DB7 or Aston Martins. I don't know if that changed in the future installments. But GT1 and GT2 has like no love for this brand. Whoa, I don't know what I was looking at. Okay, good, great. That's amazing. Good job, Lander. Just getting distracted with your own brain. Cast tripped on a rock while London decided to take revenge. Yeah, probably. Or maybe once he bought an Aston Martin was breaking on him every month for no good reason. Alright, off to the finish line. Alright, and with that we got the Aston Martin complete. Let's check the next manufacturer. That was Aston Martin, and I guess we have the last manufacturer available in the North City, and it's Mercedes-Benz with the SLK trophy. And we got SLK 230 compressor with 424 brake horsepower and 1179 kilograms of weight. Let's see what this car can do while not having a racing modification. It is also the last event, and we got 2 last races to complete for the North City. Oh, and then we got Grand Valley Speedway. Well, well, well. Okay, 4.5 and 10.0 because it's got a lot of power to it. 130 millimeters of height. 4 and 8 for now, though I'm probably gonna have to adjust it. Toe at the 0.5 at the front for now. Brakes 2022. Gearing. It's the Grand Valley Speedway has a long straight, so maybe 10 would be good enough. Maybe for now let's set up the LSD to be at 5 at everything. We're gonna adjust it accordingly if the car is gonna require more, because I don't remember driving this car ever. So right now we are going with what we suspect is gonna be good for this car, but if the setting is good for the car, I have no clue. And it is a reverse Grand Valley Speedway. I'm willing to say that I could extend the gearing to at least like 11 or 12. Ooh, okay. A little drifty over here, aren't we? We like to oversteer, huh? But it's not the toxic oversteering. The car actually sticks to the road pretty well, and even if it's getting a little bit drifty, it's a perfectly reasonable amount of drift. So we definitely don't need to adjust. I don't think we need to adjust anything else with this car. We can just go directly for the downforce, and that's it. Because this car does not perform bad. I think the only thing that's gonna ruin this car altogether is just the fact that I have set up the short gearing for this car. Or maybe not. Maybe it is a good gear adjustment, all things considered. That was a bad cornering on my side, if anything. I really want to make this car drift for some reason. I'm really pushing it, and I shouldn't. But yeah, I believe the car is fine. Gee whiz. I wonder who won the Mercedes SLK 230 compressor, the Mercedes SLK 230 compressor, Mercedes SLK 230 compressor, or, and that's surprise, Mercedes SLK 230 compressor. Gee whiz. Variety. I'm just pulling a leg. I know this is only like one car event anyway. Alright. Let's put a racing modification on this thing. I'm gonna increase the downforce because besides that, I don't really believe that this car needs more adjustments. It's a fun car to drive. Let's see what we got. Ugh. You guys are... Oh my god, this looks even worse. That is just... I'm sorry, but this is just such a lazy way to add the livery on a car, you know? And it just paint it below with like whatever the fuck color we have, and it just, you know, slap the same paint of a color maybe on this on the side mirrors, and yep, that's racing modification. Yep, That's just so lazy, dude. And that's supposed to be Mercedes. Mercedes should be elegant and looking very good, even in racing modification, and not this. Oh well. Oh, this one is on Tahiti Road. Nice. And a matter of fact, because it's Tahiti Road, I can reduce the gearing by, well, 1. It's gonna be good enough. Alright. Let's see if it's a reverse or it's a regular one. It's a reverse track. And the final lap of the North City manufacturer events started just now with me crashing into the wall. And just like that, with this crossing the finish line, we have managed to complete the entirety of the North City manufacturer event. We got all the cars and we got all the races complete. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna move on towards the West City, but we're gonna do it on the next episode. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just get into the garage first before we're gonna do the little bit of an outro thingies. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this was all the races on the North City. This is when it goes to the manufacturer event. People of Twitch, we're gonna still continue with the stream. I'm probably gonna just take a small break so I can just stretch up and refresh myself. But people of YouTube, this is gonna be the end of this probably second longest episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, consider subscribing, ring the bell, stop at the like, leave a comment, all that good stuff. All the links for my socials can be found in the description below, as well as in the pinned comment down below. And it is required for me to do a shout out for the person that created music that is currently playing in the background. It's Carl Casey at wildbyteaudio.com and his YouTube channel Wildbyte Studio. Thank you guys once again. I'll see you guys on the next episode.